Spoiler alert, this may be the best hotel I've ever been to. Ciao Bella! Does Universal secretly do luxury better than Disney? I'm at Universal's Portofino Bay Resort to find out. Portofino Bay is one of the Lowe's hotels here at Universal Orlando. It's considered one of their most luxurious and expensive hotels, but spoiler alert, it's not as expensive as you might think. We'll get into that in a little bit. And we're going to be doing a full tour. We are going to show you all the restaurants, the room, all of the perks of staying at this resort, and find out if they do luxury better here than over at some of the expensive Disney hotels. Okay, first of all, these little Vespas. Silenzio Bruno. Wrong franchise. This hotel is gorgeous. When I say I was like jaw dropped driving in here, yeah. Wow. Okay, so I valeted my car. It's only $9 more to valet versus self-park. And you know what? This video is all about luxury, so treat yourself. I probably can't get away with that same mentality booking a $150 massage, but I think I can swing the $9. Anyway, come into this lobby with me, because it is shocking. Are we in Italy? Are you kidding me? Okay, so here's check-in. Hi, thank you. I did mobile check-in when they sent me an email. I did all of that information online, so you get to go to this expedited line right here. It was super quick and easy. They just asked to see my ID, the card that was on file, as well as they gave me my room key, let me know what room I'd be in, explain room charging privileges. Super quick and easy. They set me up for the text message service that I love. We'll get into that more. Over here, you've got your gorgeous, just kind of like lounge area. There's people out here working, just enjoying the lobby. Bell Services is next to check-in. You've also got a rental car desk, as well as a Universal Vacation Planning Center, and those people can help you if you've got ticket questions or any questions about the park. Did I apparate to Italy? I thought I was just going to Universal, but apparently I ended up in Italia. It may surprise you to know that I do know a little bit of Italian. Spaghetti, ravioli, fettuccine, silencio, just a few words I know, so I think I'll survive. Okay, one thing before we go to my room, I'm too excited. I got my room key, and it's Fast and the Furious, which is literally perfect because I adore the Fast and Furious ride. I'm the one person that does. That's me. Anyway, this is your key. It's also going to be your express pass for going to the park. Spoiler alert, we're going to get into more of that later. But okay, now let's go to my room. Okay, I'm heading to the West Wing, which Beauty and the Beast told me not to do, but we're not at Disney today, so feel safer. I assume in Italy too, there's just opera playing at all times. Is that wrong? Here we are, Villa 3531. I love that they're calling it Villa, even though I just booked a standard, like, queen room. Yes. Obsessed. Okay, welcome to my room. Let's do a little room tour. Now, one thing before we get into the nitty-gritty, I booked a standard queen room with a garden view, but spoiler alert on this room tour, looks like I got upgraded because I have a gorgeous bay view. So thank you, Universal, for a little random magic. I didn't even know that until I walked in here. Even when I checked in, it said standard garden room. So magic can happen everywhere. And we got a little extra magic with our view. Okay, let's get into the hotel room. First thing when you walk in, you've got your coffee maker. It's got some K-cups, a variety there, as well as ice bucket, mirror, hello, and just this nice table to like put your room keys or whatever on. Closet right here. I've already got my bags in here, so ignore those. But you've got safe, ironing board, extra bedding, laundry, bags, hangers, robes, gonna put that on a little bit, luggage rack. Looking at the main part of the room, this room is gorgeous and very big. It feels very luxurious in here. I went to the Grand Floridian not too long ago, and I would say it feels about the same size as a standard room there. Those might be a little bit bigger, but this definitely feels like a big, luxurious room. As you can see, you've got your 2 queens. You can also do this room in a king, but I did the 2 queens because I like to have a bed where I like throw all my stuff, my suitcase, and then I like to have a bed where I sleep. I know it's weird. Right next to the beds, you've got phone. I love this. They've been doing this at Universal, giving you a little personalized hand sanitizer for the hotel. It's the little things, right? Mirror right here. These are your individual lights for reading. Alarm clock. Is there space under the bed? There is space under the bed for your small suitcases as well. And then taking a look at the rest of the room beyond the beds, there's a lot of room to just luxuriate and sit in here. You've got this little nice reading chair situation with a little light. You have a desk if you'd like to pen your friends that didn't come to Europe with you. You also have this picture that honestly, you could tell me this is this hotel or Italy and I would not be able to tell the difference. I'm not uncultured. I've just never been to Italy. I've been to other places, but not Italy. It's on the bucket list. And then here we have the beautiful entertainment center. You've got your big TV. This is still coming in bags from housekeeping, which reminds me, when I checked in, they asked if I wanted housekeeping daily or on request. So that is something to be aware of. If you want housekeeping daily, they will do it for you. But if you're still not comfortable with that, you can just request it as you'd like as well. Looking at this big unit though, it's got 6 nice big drawers for you to put all your stuff. Not that I ever unpack. That's what second bed is for. And then it's got a little mini fridge so you can put your leftovers or if you've brought any water bottles or snacks or whatever in there, as well as a nice little tray for organizing some stuff. Keep in mind, these little Fijis, you think, oh, a little gift. No, $7.50. So don't say I didn't warn you. And then thermostat, dads. That's what I know you're excited about. Before we get to the really good part of this room, let's check out the bathroom real quick, which is massive, by the way. Like, you could live in here probably. So beautiful, nice glass shower. Let's see how it works. Yep. Easy peasy. Some toiletries in there. Universal still has like individualized toiletries. I know Disney's moved to the big ones, so just letting you know that. More posters of Italy. Royal Throne, Jack and Jill sinks, which is always great to make getting ready and out the door easier with your family. Extra towels, hair dryer, pretty good hair dryer. It's got a diffuser. It's not one of those little dinky travel ones, which is nice. I also like that these are under both sinks, so there's lots of storage in here for all your stuff. Couple more toiletry items, body wash, shower cap, lotion, face bar, that's all coming in my bag home. Literally, when I travel, it's hotel room toiletries that I have taken from staying at Universal hotels. Because this is my favorite part in here. Universal always gives you little cotton balls. Sometimes they'll put Q-tips in there. Those always come home with me. I'm like Ross Geller with the amenities. And then you've got a bathtub as well. So if you wanted to take a luxurious bath, and what I love, if you wanted to like, you could talk to your family. Or if you're like had enough of them, get them out of here. And now you have like a little bath moment for yourself. Full-size mirror, so you can get ready, get your whole outfit look. Not all hotel rooms have a full-size mirror, so that's very important information. So we've got these big, nice curtains, thick curtains. Let's see. Oh, nope. Double lock. Hard to open, but that's a good thing, I think. It's heavy, so kids can't just get out here willy-nilly. 2 chairs out on my balcony, but look at this view. Is this not gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with this. You've got the little marketplaces and all the outdoor dining places we're gonna go explore, and little boats. I mean, it is just so cute. It feels like we're in an Italian fishing villa. You do have the boat dock right there. The boat will get you to the theme parks as well as you can walk. We're going to walk in the morning, spoiler alert. There's also a bus to the theme parks as well as Volcano Bay. That's the only way to get to Volcano Bay. I would highly, highly, highly recommend not using it for the theme parks because it's going to drop you all the way at the back of City Walk, and you'll have a pretty long walk to get to the theme parks. Whereas if you walk or take the boat right here, you'll get dropped off right in the middle of the two parks on that little boat dock, and you'll be a lot closer. So huge perk of staying here is that. Before we get into prices and all that important stuff, there's only one thing left to do. Oh my gosh. This is a very comfortable bed. I don't love pillows. I usually end up without a pillow. But if let's say I did want to use a pillow. Oh my gosh, that's nice. Whoa, this is maybe the most comfortable hotel bed I've ever gotten in. It's gonna be hard to get out. Should I just talk about the rest of the hotel laying here? No, we got it. No. Before I noodle for too long. Let's talk about this hotel a little bit more and the price points. Okay, so this is considered a premier resort at Universal Orlando, which is their highest tier resort. This is comparable to a deluxe resort, and this is typically the most expensive of the resorts. This and the Hard Rock, you can watch that tour too. Go back and forth, but this is typically the most expensive one. I would say the room is somewhere between, reminds me of the size of Yacht Beach, maybe a little bit smaller than Grand, but the vibe of this hotel is a little bit of the Riviera, I would say. It does feel a little bit more generic. It feels in the room itself, it feels a little more generic than Riviera because you've got all those touches of Disney. However, when you're out here, it really does feel like you're somewhere else. You've been transported to a magical place. So the vibes here are immaculate. And now let's talk about the price, though. How much are you paying for these great vibes? This is a standard room, but it has the upgraded view. I originally paid for a garden view room. Those typically start at $324. I paid under $250 for it with my Florida resident discount. I did look online. This room right now would have been about $20 more than I paid for the garden view room. So I did get that magical upgrade, like I said, which probably means there just wasn't someone staying here, and so they thought they'd treat me, which thank you, Universal. That was very kind. This is not peak season right now. It's a weeknight in the slower season, so this is definitely the lowest prices you're going to see. Typically, the standard rooms with the garden view start at $324, and they'll go up to almost $800 during peak season. Club level rooms, there's a variety of those, start at $424 and go up to almost $1,000 during peak season, and suites start at $600 and go upwards to many, many thousands of dollars. Now, when I say suites, I'm talking about a wide variety of sizes. They have a family suite that actually has a minion-sized room that's really cute for kids, all the way up to a hospitality suite that can sleep over 10 people. So I'm talking big parties on those big rooms, but as you can see, there's a wide swing in the pricing. However, these rooms typically are, again, the most expensive at Universal Orlando, but still nowhere close to as expensive as you'd spend at a deluxe top-tier resort at Walt Disney World. Let's talk about some of the perks of staying at a Universal resort, this one in particular. It does have room service, so if you feel like luxuriating in this beautiful room, you can do room service, but we're going to go on a full dining tour in a little bit and check out some of the places to eat. Another huge perk is that you do get early theme park admission when you stay at a Universal Orlando resort, which allows you access into one of the theme parks an hour early where select attractions will be open. You are going to get priority seating at certain sit-down restaurants. Your room key can be your room charge as well, so you can use that. Also, package delivery from the theme parks and City Walk back to your hotel, which is a great perk, so you don't have to carry things around, and that's still a service they haven't brought back over at Disney yet. Other perks of staying at a Universal resort is that complimentary transportation. I already talked about the buses and the boats, as well as being walking distance from the parks, so we're going to walk to the parks in the morning to see how long it takes, which is a great perk. You've also got a texting service, which I'm obsessed with, that they do this at Universal Orlando. You can sign up and text back and forth with the front desk any questions that you have. Hours of the parks, what things are open, what time things are happening, do you need more towels? You're literally texting back and forth with a human from the front desk. They're probably already annoyed with me because I've sent 6 questions in, but it is a great perk and a really nice customer service aspect. But probably the biggest perk of staying at Universal's top tier resorts is that you get free Universal Express Pass. This is Universal's version of Fast Pass. It is paid, and it's normally well over $100 per person per day, and it allows you to skip the lines at the vast majority of attractions across the two parks. But when you stay at one of their premier resorts, so here, the Hard Rock or Royal Pacific, you get it for free for every day of your vacation, including your check-in and your checkout day. This is an enormous perk I cannot speak enough about. If you're going to do just a few days at Universal, I highly recommend booking one of these nicer resorts if you're able to, especially Royal Pacific is probably $100 less than this a night, and then you can get through the parks very, very quickly because you don't have to wait in the lines for almost anything. All right, now as sad as I am to leave this gorgeous, gorgeous view, let's go get some lunch and start exploring and finding everything there is to do wonderful at this hotel. I mean, this place is just gorgeous. The boats began running at 7 a.m., which is an hour before early park admission, and run until 1 a.m. The buses will start around the same time and run until the last guest is out of City Walk. Of course, that can always change with the park hours, so always check in, and that's a great thing to text your with the texting service to confirm the times of the transportation. This is Vice or Bise, I'm not sure how to say it, but this is a deluxe Italian restaurant here. We're going to be coming here for dinner in a little bit, so stay tuned for that, but it is certainly revered as one of the best restaurants in all of Universal. I'm looking for somewhere to grab lunch, which I know I'm headed, but we're going to make some pit stops along the way. First of all, at Longoria, souvenir and refreshments. This is kind of your classic, beach surf shop kind of situation. They have bathing suits, t-shirts, sunglasses, a couple of snacky stuff, but this is where you would come if you forgot anything, like a bathing suit, or you just wanted to get a cute shirt. Here's the refreshments we were referring to, just some grab and go stuff for your rooms, but I feel like we're going to find a lot better snackies somewhere else. But this is a store, especially if you need a shirt, something like that, you can pop into. Right next to there is the Thirsty Fish, which is a bar that does some bites and beverages out here on the piazza. Spoiler, we're coming here for a pre-dinner little nosh and cocktail, so we'll be back here. It's not even open yet. Do we love this piazza or do we love this piazza? It's also great that it's the middle of the day right now, so everyone's at the parks having the best time. And we get to just explore this all on our own. A little bit further down, we've got Alta Moda, which is resort wear and accessories. This is a clothing shop. They do have more limited hours, and so they're not open right now, but if you need some fine Italian threads. Trattoria del Porto is a sit-down restaurant, and they do accept reservations. It's a little more casual than some of the other locations, and they do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So this is going to be your best bet for if you want to sit-down breakfast, or if you have had a long park day and you don't feel like doing the snazzier dinner. This is a great place to go. This is their lunch menu, it looks like. Sandwiches, burgers, chef specialties such as salmon. They've got some beef as well. Salads, kind of basics. Moving along, the next restaurant here is Mamadella's Ristorante. This one is in between the two, so if Trattoria del Porto is your least fancy of the sit-downs, this one is next, and then Bise. So it's still Italian, obviously, all of it is, and it is open for dinner. Reservations are recommended, especially if you're coming during a busy time, but they are going to have some pastas, calamari, bruschetta, salads, as well as some seafood and steak and such. This is kind of more of a family experience. Of course, you can bring kids over to Bise, but it is a fancier restaurant. So this one is a little bit more of just kind of your traditional Italian restaurant, but not as highbrow, you know what I mean? Across the piazza on the other side, you've got the Universal Studios store. So this is going to be kind of your classic theme park store with some gear from inside the parks. I'm seeing stuff from Harry Potter right away, classic, kind of just general Universal merchandise, some Marvel, as well as some things in case you forgot something like sunscreen or water stuff. They've got that in here. Obviously, I am a theme park shopper, but I always like shopping inside the park itself, especially in Diagon Alley. Just makes buying this wizarding stuff so much more fun. Next door to Universal Studio Store, there's a gelateria, which is open for breakfast. They do some pastries and such in here, and then, of course, they're known for gelato. Oh my gosh, this place is so cute. Ooh, looks like they do coffee. Their breakfast menu is pretty limited to just some pastries, cereal, but obviously they're known for gelato. They've got like a dozen different flavors right here. You can get some toppings on there. Obviously, we're gonna be back for gelato at some point. And it's conveniently connected to the Starbucks. It's a Starbucks. They may have a specialty drink or something, but besides that, it's just gonna be a Starbucks, which you know what that tastes like, so. I bet this is busy in the mornings though, so if you'd like to get coffee in the morning, get here early. Okay, now what you really care about, food. Before we finish the tour and find the not one, not two, but 3 pools around here and some other fun things, let's grab ourselves something to eat at Sal's Market and Deli. The first thing when you walk into some grab and go sections, this is all gluten-free. So if you're a gluten-free eater, I would maybe recommend grabbing a few snacks here if you don't bring some with you to take to the parks, because it can be a little hard to find gluten-free stuff within the parks. There's also a selection of grab and go sodas, juices, wines, as well as some gluten-full snacks. The Sal's menu is a variety of things to go, primarily pizza, sandwiches. They have a couple calzones and salads, so it's kind of your quick service Italian treat here. I don't know what to get. I'm pretty hungry, but I have a big plan for dinner, but also pizza. There's a lot of seating inside, little cafe style, but it's such a gorgeous day out. We're going to sit on the piazza. And I was given a pager, so whenever that goes off, I'll get my pizza. Here is my pizza. It's the margarita pizza, so it's just really simple, classic. Tomatoes, cheese, basil. I love this pizza. It was $18, which is a lot for a quick service pizza, but it's pretty big and you could easily serve at least 2, maybe 3 people, depending on if you got side salads and such, because it's 6 pieces. Also grabbed a Pellegrino, because when in fake Italy, I am not gonna lie to you, I have high hopes for this pizza. Typically speaking, quick service pizza at theme parks is trash. Particularly at Walt Disney World, it is not good. It's better at Universal, but I'm hoping this is like the best quick service pizza I've ever had in my whole life. Okay, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Really thin crust, lots of gooey cheese, natural sweetness from the basil and the tomato. Cooked perfectly. It's wood fired in there. I will say it did take me a little bit. It took like 10 or so minutes because they're making it to order. If you're starving, just know it might take a few minutes. If the quick service food is this good, I can't wait to see what dinner's like. I had to stop myself from eating that entire pizza. It was so good, but I've got a big plan for dinner coming up. And also feel like I might want a late night snack. Anyway, we are going to continue exploring the resort before a special dinner time surprise. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't lost right now, but I'm also in the most luxurious convention and meeting center. I'm trying to find the pool. There's 3 pools here, but one of them's on the far side of the hotel. I'm trying to find it. Not going well. But I did find this beautiful area with gorgeous ballrooms and meeting rooms because you can do special events here. And like, wowza. It's nice. Still lost. I am in fact still lost. But I've stumbled into this section, which is inside, but absolutely feels like I'm outside. And it's like a little Italian villa. I'm not an influencer who takes a lot of pictures places. Like I take a lot of pictures, but not like of cool outfits and stuff. But I'm just saying, this would be a dope place to take really good pictures. This is Memories of Portofino. This is another little shop. Not only will you find some just kind of generic beachwear again, you will find some Portofino Bay branded stuff in here, as well as if you forgot something, this is where you're going to want to come. Snacks and stuff for your room, but more importantly, like toiletries, over-the-counter pharmacy stuff in case you forget anything. Wait a second. What are you doing here? Are you lost? Oh, I know where we are now. We're off the main lobby. So here's the concierge desk. They can assist you with booking reservations, anything you may need. Okay, I got it now. We're back. We know where we are. It's fine. Here's the Portofino Club. So if you're staying club level, you will have access to the goodies in there. I do not have access, but they'll have bites and drinks and such if you've paid for that club level room. Also want to note they do have laundry. Do you see what I see? The pool. But how do we get there? I bet this elevator to the pool will help. Do you see the sign? We're on a good path. Wow, can you imagine me trying to navigate actual Italy on my own? It'd be a nightmare. Well, now this is confusing. We've made it, friends. This is the beach pool. So this is the largest pool. This is gonna be the one with all the activities. You can hear that they're playing music. This is gonna be your most fun bump-in family pool. And look, it even has a beach. So they do have some towels here for your convenience. Here at the main pool is where you'll find Splendido. This is the bar and grill, full service bar, frozen cocktails, beer, whatever you'd like to drink. They also do some food, nachos, wings. Typically Universal's pool bar food is very, very good, better than Disney's. I've had great food at the pool bars at other resorts, and I expect the same here. But what's great about their pool service as well is it's not just limited to these tables and the bar. They will actually full service come to your chair wherever you're sitting, including the hot tubs, and you can order poolside service, which is great. There's a cool pirate themed play area. There's also a kiddie pool. I'm trying to angle it so I don't see anyone, because sometimes people ask me what the worst part of this job is, and it is for sure trying to take pictures of the pool without seeming like the world's biggest creep. That's it. That's the worst part. But luckily no one's there, so there you go. This is also going to be your pool that's going to have the big water slide. There's hot tubs as well. So this is just your big family pool that you expect at a resort. And I would wager that it gets pretty popular out here, especially during the summer, so make sure you get those chairs early. Close to the main pool is the Mandara Spa. This is a full service spa. There's a fitness center as well in here. I don't like filming in spas either, because that's like where people go to chill out and relax. They usually don't allow filming in there anyway. So the Mandara Spa is the same company that does a spa at the Swan and Dolphin Resort. It's a beautiful spa company. They do everything from facials, manicures, pedicures, massages, all kinds of treatments. So if you really feel like feeling luxurious on your vacation, you can make an appointment there. Also near the pool is the game room. Of course, all the games are pay to play, but there are a variety of games here. Jurassic Park, Tomb Raider. All the pools are key card access, so you make sure to have your key with you if you're trying to come out here. So here's the villa pool. You can see it's immediately much quieter. My gosh, this resort is so gorgeous. Also, bocce ball? You can get cabanas at the beach pool as well as the villa pool. These are a personalized place to sit. Some of them have TVs, some of them come with drinks, like soft drinks. And it's basically like a nice place to sit and have a guaranteed spot at the pool. So if you want to book those usually book up fast, and you can do it with the front desk. So far, I am dazzled by this resort. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very relaxing and calm. Granted, it is a weekday during the slow season, but there's not really a slow season at Disney right now, and there's definitely a slow season here. This resort is absolutely gorgeous. The food's been pretty good so far, but speaking of food, I'm gonna go get dressed for dinner, because I'm telling you, there's a surprise you're not gonna believe happens every night at this hotel. Back in the room, going to change, and then we've got fun dinner plans. If listening to Italian opera while getting ready for dinner with this view isn't luxury, I don't know what is. I got dressed the fastest I've ever gotten dressed in my whole life, because I would like to go closer to the harbor to keep listening to the musicians before we start our progressive dinner. It is a beautiful night. We've got wonderful singers singing Italian opera and Frank Sinatra, and it is almost perfect. And there's one thing that would make it perfect: wine and cheese. We're going to the wine bar right out here on the piazza so we can listen to the music and have our first course. For dinner tonight, we're doing something a little special. I did this at the Hard Rock Hotel tour as well, but we're gonna do a progressive dinner. We are gonna have appetizer, entree, and dessert at 3 different locations around the piazza, so that way you can get a good feel for a couple of the different options. First up, the Thirsty Fish Bar. This is the walk-up bar, and they do some bites as well. So this is where we're gonna start. And oh, I can hear that Italian opera in the back. It is beautiful. Oh, it's cute in here. So there's indoor and outdoor tables. Let's go right out here. It's gonna be as close to the music. Sorry, editor. I just am loving the vibe. I never knew I needed Ed Sheeran and Beyonce's duet Perfect sung in Italian until tonight, and it was perfect. What a treat. They do that nightly. It was 6:30 tonight, like I said, but what a luxurious moment. Come out here, get a glass of wine, watch it from your balcony if you have a view like I did, but that was awesome. I love live entertainment in theme parks or resorts, and I really miss the band over at the Grand Floridian, and this reminded me of that, but like in Italian. All right, I moved inside for better light. Decided to go with the caprese salad. So this is buffalo and baby mozzarella, big juicy tomatoes, arugula, and basil with some balsamic on there. They do have a cheese board. They have an antipasti board, but I'm going to eat a lot of cheese tonight, so I thought I should get a vegetable and a fruit as well. And speaking of fruit, I'm drinking fruit as well. This is a glass of their Super Tuscan, which is an Italian blend of wine out of Tuscany. So it's a blend of whatever grapes are on hand at that vineyard, and I'm ready for course 1. I love caprese salads. We make them at my house a lot, but I'm really liking the addition of the arugula to bring a little bitterness in to complement the sweet basil and the sweet tomato. Then you've got a little acidity from the balsamic vinegar and that nice yummy cheese. This is a very good caprese. Simple. They do have a few little more substantial dishes here as well, but we're on a multi-food restaurant adventure. That's a good glass of wine. It's a little dry. I normally drink lighter wines like Pinot Noir is like my go-to, but when in fake Italy, drink a Super Tuscan. It's a little dry, nothing too much. Nice earthy flavor. Perfect for stop 1. Course 1 done at Thirsty Fish. I enjoyed that glass of wine quite a bit. The caprese was very good as well. Ooh, it's really hard to see them, but beyond there, fireworks are happening at Universal. But I think the real good food we're gonna have tonight, like the real special food, is at our next stop. This is Bise. I'm gonna say Bise. Told otherwise. And this is their signature restaurant here. So nicer clothes are recommended. Reservations are highly recommended as well. They have handcrafted pastas, incredible cocktails, steak, seafood, fancy Italian food. Okay, first things first, it's Bise. That's how you have to say it, I think. So my apologies for not knowing that beforehand. Sorry if you're yelling at me. I try my best speaking other languages, but unfortunately, I'm not that great at it. But I try. And trying is what's most important. So taking a look at the menu, they did have some specials they told me about as well that weren't listed. They have a risotto of the day, they had a soup of the day, but they have some antipasti, so some different appetizers, and they look so good. I might have to get another appetizer because no one can tell me what to do. There's some classic Italian dishes, calamari, there's Wagyu beef tartare, there are some different cheese plates, a prosciutto with aged prosciutto, mozzarella, and a fig preserve. Yeah, we're gonna get that. Also a couple salads, and then they do have handcrafted pastas, which look amazing, as well as traditional pastas. They also have a variety of meat. They have a couple of fish dishes. They've got a veal chop, they've got a veal shank, a couple different steaks, lamb, and then of course desserts. Of course, they've got a big fat wine list as well, but they also have some signature cocktails, including their version of an Aperol Spritz. I love an Aperol Spritz, a limoncello martini, and a Negroni, some other Italian-inspired beverages, and then all of this is vino, baby. To start, we have a little bit of a bread service. There's white and focaccia bread, and then oil, vinegar, and then oil with some seasonings to dip in. I also ordered a glass of wine. I thought about doing a cocktail, but then my server, who's legitimately Italian, told me I had to have wine because it's Italy. And I was like, who might argue, you know? I love focaccia bread, so I went for that and dipped it into the olive oil with the spices. There's definitely rosemary in the bread. It's soft, it's perfect. I love Italy because it feels like most of their food's just carbs, meat, and cheese. That's what I'm all about. Did I get a second appetizer even though I already had one at Thirsty Fish? Yes. Am I mad about it? No. This is the prosciutto di Parma in burrata. So it's a 16-month aged prosciutto, mozzarella burrata, and fig preserve. Wow, I sound like Gianna or Gia, what's her name, on Food Network, where she talks like in an American accent, and then on Italian words she just like really dramatically says them. I am so sorry. I just sounded Giada. Wow, I did not mean for that to happen. Maybe it's Italy. It's taking over me. Anyway, let's eat this meat and cheese. For my first bite, I'm just going to eat it with a fork, but then I'm going to put it on the bread. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Salty meat, sweetness from the fig preserve, creamy cheese. Oh my gosh, I love burrata. I could eat a lot of burrata, and that's fantastic. There's olive oil drizzled on it, fresh pepper. And I love that they bring you bread, because otherwise it's just these little breadsticks, but we got bread. It's like a very fancy, specific charcuterie board with just one kind of meat and then a little bit of cheese, but it's excellent. That fig preserve is so good. It's a little figgier than a lot of fig spreads I've had on charcuteries. Wow. This could be my meal. They do have an outdoor patio, and I feel like if I had come here a little bit earlier and had the opera singers with a beautiful sunset, I could have just had this and a glass of wine and been so happy. Yeah, this is definitely better than the caprese. My pasta has arrived. This is the capellaccio. It's called Little Hat ravioli. And it's got braised beef, short rib, spinach, mushroom, and a marsala cream sauce. They put some fresh parmesan on top. And then, as promised, my server brought me a nice Chianti. I think this normally goes with fava beans, but we'll see how it works with the pasta tonight. I will say this smells amazing, and this is a very good portion size for me after I've already eaten a caprese salad and a burrata, which I cleaned out because it was so good. These big mushrooms on top.
That's why you want it, but that's spoil it. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, that is fabulous. It's really rich, but somehow still light. The mushrooms are amazing. The cream sauce is incredible. Again, it's very rich and flavorful, but it's not overwhelmingly dense and heavy like a really thick like fettuccine sauce. It's lighter than that. The pasta is like melting in my mouth. It's amazing. I'm not kidding y'all. Plus the beef is like earthy and beef and delicious. I'm having a hard time describing it because it's so good. It's like literally some of the best pasta I've ever had. I'm trying to think of better pasta I've had, and the only thing coming to mind is that almost dessert pasta on Disney Cruise Line at Palo, that brown, that squash pasta. That's like the only thing coming to mind that might be better than this. Whoa. Yeah, this is phenomenal. It's definitely a higher class feel than a lot of dining at Universal. It definitely feels like a signature restaurant. One thing I'll say about me personally is I don't love eating at Italian restaurants. Like I like getting like wine and charcuterie and tapas, but I usually feel like I can make the pasta at home or go to like Olive Garden and get the pasta. But that pasta was phenomenal. And so I feel like it is something a little special that I'm more willing to spend the price of a signature meal on because it was like something special. So I'm very impressed so far. I was talking to the manager who was also Italian and my server, and the manager said that the food was like 99.9% as good as the food he ate in Italy. He was a restaurant manager there as well, and he said the food here is phenomenal, and I absolutely agree. He said they import a lot of the ingredients, the oils, the cheeses, the breads. They make the pastas in-house, and you could tell, like, I'm just like, I did not expect to have a meal that good here. People, like, just assume Universal's food isn't that good, and time again, I have found that it really can be, and that was awesome. Now, I am so full of carbs and cheese. But, lucky for me, dessert goes into a separate section of the stomach. Don't look it up, just believe me. And that means we have time for one more course, which means, of course, we're going back to the gelateria to get gelato for dessert. Our final course of the evening, this is a small cup of lemon sorbet and raspberry sorbet mixed. When you get the small, you can get 2 flavors. When you get the kid size, you can only get 1. So I wanted to try both. There's also a larger size than this, but feels like it'll be the perfect way to end my 3-course feast. But you know what, it'll make it even better? If I eat it while sitting on this Vespa. Sitting on the Vespa. Ooh. Oh, it is so good. It does not taste artificially flavored at all. It tastes like fresh fruit and sugar, and that's it. It doesn't taste like sickly sweet. A little tartness from the lemon. I like the lemon one better, which is no surprise because lemon's one of my favorite flavors, but the raspberry is like perfectly sweet. Honestly, the food here is bonkers good. Like, for sure, food-wise, on par with any Disney Deluxe Resort. And the atmo of just being able to eat out here at all of the different locations, 10 out of 10. I honestly can't think of anywhere at Disney that beats this, like location-wise. Because at Riviera, you've got Topolino's, which is beautiful, but you're inside unless you have drinks on the terrace, which is of course gorgeous. You know, Grand Floridian's got great food, but a lot of it's indoors. Polynesian's got great food, a lot of that's indoors. Like, just I'm not saying the food is all better than Disney Deluxe Resorts, but I'm saying the vibes are immaculate. What a great day we've had at Universal's Portofino Bay Resort. It has been such a beautiful hotel. I'm blown away by the ambiance, by the food, by the whole experience. This hotel is climbing my favorite hotels list. I do know it can be a little bit pricier, and so if your main goal is to go to the parks and get that express pass, then maybe Royal Pacific, which is probably about $100 or so less a night than this one, maybe is better. But if you're planning on doing what I would recommend, which is a 1-night stay at Universal, if you're doing like a Disney Universal combo, come check in here, have a beautiful resort day, and then on your checkout day tomorrow, use that express pass and get full Universal magic fun. Would be a really great time. So we got to get to bed. So wash my face, brush my teeth, all ready for bed. Gonna watch something probably on like TBS or TNT, Titanic or Stepmom or some Devil Wears Prada, like some movie I've seen 1,000 times, probably own on a DVD somewhere, but I would love to watch it edited for content and time, and with commercial breaks. So see you in the morning. Or, 2 seconds thanks to Video Magic for a fun day at Universal tomorrow. Good morning. Let's go to early theme park admission and have the perfect day at Universal. Dropped my bag off with luggage services. They will watch my bag all day for me so I don't have to worry about it. And then I can pick it up later. And now we are off to the park. Well, almost. We have an important pit stop to make and I hope the line's not very long. Target acquired. And they still had pumpkin spice, so like double best moment. All right, now it's time to leave our charming village of Portofino, Italia, and head over to Universal. So it's about 7:30 or so right now. Early theme park admission does start at 8. I looked out the window this morning because it was so gorgeous as the sun was coming up. And right at 7, a boat was here, promptly waiting. So if you don't want to walk, boat is for sure your best bet, because again, the buses are going to drop you off. See, there's a bus, it's going away. The bus is going to drop you all the way at the back of City Walk. You don't want that. That's like a long walk, but I'm going to clock the walk for you. Okay, I'm going to clock the walk. It's a little later than I thought, whoops, but it is 7:42. It took me 13 minutes to get right here, including security. But of course, we're going to Islands of Adventure. So about 10-15 minute walk. I do walk much faster than most people, and I'm not pushing a stroller or anything. So if the timing's right, I think the boat will definitely be a little faster and you can save your feet. But if you're like me and prefer walking or don't want to wait on a boat, maybe you don't have young kids or ECVs or anything, it was a very nice and luxurious walk. But now let's keep walking to Islands. It's about a 5-minute walk in between the two parks, gate to gate. So that's really convenient. That is one of the things I actually like a lot about coming to Universal versus Disney. It's just super easy to get between the two parks. It's Disneyland-esque in this way. So you can always take the Harry Potter Hogwarts Express, but the line gets really long. So to walk between the two, just a few minutes. All right, and it's just now 8 o'clock. Looking for the short lines. Pro tip in theme parks, go left as much as you can. People have a natural tendency to go right in the United States because we drive on that side of the road, most people are right-handed. If you go left, you can usually find shorter lines. All right, made it into the park. Thank you to the team members moving very efficiently to get everyone in. They were so pleasant and nice. As a little helpful hint, always be ready when you get up to the front. Have your ticket out ready to go. But we are in the park, and what I would do is definitely Velocicoaster, or if you've no desire to do Velocicoaster, now would be a great time to try Ollivanders, the magic wand experience over in Hogsmeade, or enjoy Wizarding World before it gets super busy. The other attractions included at early park admission are also included on Express Pass, which is again the biggest perk of staying at a premier resort at Universal. So for me, I'm going to prioritize either Velocicoaster or Ollivanders, two things you can't use Express Pass on. All right, this is where I leave you, friends. I'm headed to go have the perfect day at Universal Orlando. I loved my stay at Portofino Bay. It was definitely a resort that I think was worth the extra money if you're going to do a resort day. That food was incredible. It was such a luxurious and relaxing environment. I thought it was awesome. I will definitely be staying there again, especially if I can stay there in the off-peak season at such a discounted rate. For less than $250 a night with a Florida resident or an annual pass, you can't beat that. You're not going to get a room at the Grand Floridian or the Riviera for that amount of money, and I thought it was absolutely wonderful. So let me know what your favorite resort is at Universal Orlando. Now go watch my perfect day to pick up where the story leaves off. Bye!